Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Spring Doctoral Hooding Ceremony of the Graduate School of the University of South Carolina. Please rise for the University Mace. These are the doctoral candidates and their faculty escorts. These are representatives of the university faculty. These are the deans of the university. These are members of the Board of Trustees and special guests. Ladies and gentlemen, the President of the University of South Carolina.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to one of the most important and beautiful traditions of our university, the Doctoral Hooding Ceremony. Please remain standing as the USC Faculty Brass Quintet accompanies our soloist today, Johnny Felder, a doctoral degree candidate in vocal performance from the School of Music in singing our national anthem. We will then have the invocation given by Reverend Frank Anderson, Lutheran campus minister.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we held at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Please join me in a moment of reflection. On this fine Carolina afternoon, on this ground hallowed by both the stories of those who have strived for excellence here and those who have departed this institution to serve the world, we gather in gratitude and anticipation. The Carolina community has challenged and empowered you in your pursuit of academic excellence, as well as embraced and supported you through your journey from entrance to commencement as you look around you at the faculty, administrators, staff, and fellow students who have brought you this far pause for a moment of thanks. For family and friends who have supported you in tangible and intangible ways, pause again for a moment of appreciation. These are those upon which you have built the foundation of your vocational house. They are also those who share the anticipation of your vocational dreams. The ceremony we share today serves as the launching pad for all the ways you hope to tackle the world's deep needs and solve problems known and yet to be known. This is the moment we have together been blessed with, and for which we are thankful. Amen.
Thank you, Reverend Anderson, faculty brass quintet, and Mr. Felder. Would everyone be seated, please? So, today is the culmination of a week of wonderful graduation ceremonies marked by great joy, excitement, nostalgia, and in this case, relief. Frankly, the emotions of those to be hooded this afternoon are probably complicated and defy simple description. But when the hood is deftly placed on the shoulders of the candidate by her or his major advisor or designee, it will be a particularly special moment, and the university will stand still in their honor. It will be beautiful, as you soon see. Of course, if the graduate is tall and the advisor is short, it may also be funny. The doctoral hooding ceremony has always held the deepest meaning for me, and I know from my own experience that this day, as each of you receives the highest academic award and achievement that can be conferred by any American university, this will stand out surely as one of the most important memories of your lives. As I take a quick look at the doctoral candidates, I looked in the program and found quite an interesting mix in many different ways. An international mix, for example. Our candidates hail from 14 countries this afternoon, from Croatia to Sri Lanka. They represent 5 of the 7 continents, and 25 states are listed as the home state for you, those to be hooded. You can also follow in your program, for those of us not shaking hands, an impressive array of highly diverse dissertation topics. For example, the political suppression of the saxophone and its subsequent pedagogical development in select non-democratic countries. I might take a look at that one. Or greedy algorithms in approximation theory and convex optimization. I will not be looking at that one. But I'm sure it's a very worthy effort, however. So clearly, friends, you can see the depth and the scope of the great work that has been simmering over the past several years or longer. The first doctoral degree was granted at the University of Paris in 1150. At that time, they were awarded only in theology, law, and medicine. It wasn't, in fact, until the 19th century, 1861 to be exact, that the first doctorate was conferred in the United States. That was at Yale University. Only 30 years later, in 1891, our university awarded its first doctorate. And today, with a dozen of our PhD programs recognized by the NRC as among the top in our nation, Carolina is peer to the finest doctoral granting institutions in the nation. As you leave the university for a life of good work on the national stage, I ask you to remember the university's motto, Emolit mores nec sinit esse feros, meaning learning humanizes character and does not permit it to be cruel. I ask you to always use both your heart and your mind, putting your many years of study to even higher purpose. This is also a time to be grateful to those who have taken your journey with you, your spouses, other family members, your friends who may have supported you. I'd like to ask our graduates now if they would to recognize their family and friends who are here today with a hearty round of applause. Maybe you'd like to stand and look at them, and we'll be behind you and help you applaud for them. Would you like to do that now? Have a look at your family and friends. Oh yes, it has been a long journey. I could hear that in your voices. And graduates, many others have helped you and your university reach this important day, and let's thank those representatives as well. First, the University of South Carolina's Board of Trustees, led by Chairman John C. Von Lee, Jr. Would you and all of the trustees please stand and allow us to thank and recognize you. The Board of Trustees. And as you know better than most, without the remarkable effort by our highly dedicated faculty and their commitment to the difficult and complex balance between teaching, scholarship, and service, you would not be here today. Will all of you please join me in acknowledging the great work of my faculty colleagues represented as I ask our faculty now to stand and be recognized. The Graduate School is a vital part of our comprehensive university, and I would now like to introduce Dr. Cheryl Addy, Dean of the Graduate School.
Dr. Jeanette Andrews is the 7th Dean of the University of South Carolina College of Nursing. She received her PhD in nursing science from USC and her master's from Georgia Southern and her bachelor's from Medical College of Georgia. Prior to coming to USC in January 2013, she served as the Associate Dean for Research and Director of the Center for Community Health Partnerships at the Medical University of South Carolina. Dr. Andrews has received National Institutes of Health funding for multiple community trials targeting cardiovascular risk reduction and tobacco control. She has authored more than 200 publications and abstracts and has contributed to multiple national task forces related to health and nursing, and is recognized as a fellow in several professional nursing organizations. Clinically, Dr. Andrews is a family nurse practitioner with a 30-year history in nursing, working from medical surgical units, intensive care, and primary care. Numerous awards she has received include the South Carolina Healthcare Hero Award and the Veterans Administration National Professional Nurse Award. Dr. Andrews has extensive nursing graduate and interprofessional education experience. She has developed and taught clinical and research-oriented courses and has mentored master's, doctor of nursing practice, and PhD students, chairing numerous dissertation and thesis committees. As Dean of Nursing for the past 5 years, Dr. Andrews has dramatically increased both doctoral student enrollment and extramural research funding for the College of Nursing. Her success should offer inspiration to each of you as you embark on your chosen careers. Welcome, Dean Andrews.
Thank you, Dr. Addy, Dr. Pastides, Provost Gable, our distinguished Board of Trustees, fellow deans, faculty, family members, and guests, and our graduates. Everyone who came today are here because of these graduates who are important to you. Indeed, it is a wonderful day for all of us. To our doctoral graduates, you are now one of 1.6% in the U.S. who hold a PhD, or 1.7 in the U.S. who hold a professional doctorate. This is truly a very special day. And you made a great choice when you chose the University of South Carolina. As you heard, I may be a little biased, but in December of 2004, I was sitting right over there in your seat here in the Koger Center as a graduate of the PhD program in nursing science. In thinking of what I may say to you today, I reflected back on that day that I remember so well and the journey that I continue to travel, hence the focus of my brief words to you. When in your seat here in the Koger Center, I was thinking of the sacrifices, the challenges, the opportunities that enabled me to complete my doctoral degree. I had planned for years prior to accomplish this goal and was pondering my future plans. You see, for years I had carved out a life plan. However, just 10 months later, on October 5th, 2005, after sitting by my husband's side for 3 open heart surgeries and 5 weeks in intensive care, he passed away very abruptly. The final surgery wasn't enough to save him. Of all my life plans, I didn't have a plan for that. You see, he had developed bacterial endocarditis, an infection in one of his heart valves that was precipitated from a dental procedure earlier with bacteria dislodging from his oral cavity to his heart valve. In other words, a very rare and totally unexpected and perhaps preventable death for a very healthy young man. I was 39 years old, beautiful twins who were adolescents, and I suddenly had no plans. My life was stalled for months, and through my own healing process, I learned an important lesson. So my first offer advice to you is to throw away your life plans and instead have a life philosophy. You cannot imagine the course of your life, what future challenges, and more importantly, what opportunities will be presented for you. You are entering a world of continual change, some good, others not so good, infinite possibilities, and you will have forks in your road. Please do not wait for a crisis to know your true resilience and strength or to explore new beginnings. Instead, during your journey, be flexible, be open, take risk, and let your life philosophy and your life's work and your own fortitude guide you while composing the narrative of your own story. Secondly, seek out mentors who have the traits, ideas, philosophies that you aspire, and borrow their wisdom. Seek out mentors who believe in you, but will also give you constructive feedback based on your own strengths and limitations and who will enlarge your vision. It was my father who believed in me at a very young age about my potential for higher education and pushed me harder with my grades and studies to achieve more than I believed I could. My mother modeled kindness, compassion for others, and social justice. It was during my first nursing position that my chief nursing officer believed in my journey in healthcare leadership and pushed me out of her own setting to a new one that I was very uncomfortable, but gained both management and leadership skills very early in my career. It was my doctoral mentor who believed that my research potential was even greater than I had imagined and pushed me to expand my knowledge and expertise. Seek wise mentors who inspire you and remember to give back to mentor to others. Third, ask yourself, why not me? Why not me? Each year sees new records set almost in every field. Better songs can be written, better technology can be developed, better treatments and cures for disease, better processes to aid the quality of our life, and continual advances in science. Someone is going to do these things. So when I told my mentor, when I questioned her advice, she said to me, Jeanette, why not you to advance this field in science? You see, as a nurse practitioner, I was interested in prevention and wellness and developed clinical expertise in behavioral health. My doctoral chair pushed me into the gaps of science where we knew very little of helping others beyond the upper and middle class and male gender to improve behavioral health. I answered a call from a school counselor in an inner city neighborhood that led me to a journey to help very low income and marginalized women how to quit smoking, to prevent uptake in their kids, and a new journey and approaches with disparate populations in community-engaged research. Community-engaged research is an approach that considers the intersections of social determinants and health by partnering with disadvantaged groups and working with them to improve their health instead of to them or for them. So answering the call of why not me has led to several large randomized controlled trials and other products that I've developed that have made significant advances in my field of science. As a result, scientists and communities around the world use my work to guide their research and community interventions. So why not you to advance your significant discoveries and advances in your field? Fourth, there are many benefits to taking the stairs. Recognize there is no quick elevator ride to narrate the story of your life's work. As you look up to your mentor who will hood you just in a few moments, or the distinguished scholars and leaders here on this stage, they took the stairs. The scholarly products, inventions, and discoveries with high impact are usually not a rapid, smooth, quick elevation to your destiny. Instead, there are many steps that you will take, even missteps, but by understanding the benefit of taking the stairs, which often have multiple paths to navigate, while time for reflection, physical and mental effort, and unique scenery along the way will enrich the chapters of your own story. Finally, find your way home. In the book Cutting for Stone, there's an unforgettable line, and hopefully this phrase will stick with you for a long time. Home is not where you are from, home is where you are needed. I'll say that again. Home is not where you are from, home is where you're needed. While South Carolina is not my original home, I choose to write my current chapter of my story in South Carolina because for me, addressing the disparities in health and improving access to health care and health outcomes are my life's work. It still keeps me up at night, it keeps me on the stairs, and it keeps me engaged with others who have the same passion. So graduates, I'm hoping your life philosophy and work, your mentors, heeding the call of why not me, will help you find your way to the home that best suits you to continue to narrate your life story. Congratulations to all of you. I wish each and every one of you the very best. It's a great day to be a doctoral alumni of the University of South Carolina. We are so, so very proud of you. Congratulations and Godspeed.
That was beautifully rendered, Dean Andrews. Thank you for your personal story and for that reminder that we abandon our life plan in lieu of our life philosophy. Of course, my life plan takes me from this beautiful ceremony to the big undergraduate commencement at the Colonial Life Arena. I wonder if I tell the trustees that my life philosophy takes me home. Well, let's worry about that later. And now we move to the awarding of the degrees. Provost Joan Gable will present all candidates.
Will the candidates please rise? Mr. President, all candidates who stand before me and others who cannot be present but whose achievement is being recorded officially by the university, having completed the requirements for their several degrees, are herewith recommended by the faculty of the university for the awarding of their degrees.
By virtue of the authority vested in the University of South Carolina, by the people of this state, acting through their representatives in the General Assembly and on the Board of Trustees of this institution, and on the recommendation of the faculty thereof, the university confers upon you the degree for which you have been recommended, together with all the rights, honors, privileges, and responsibilities thereto appertaining. Ladies and gentlemen, for the first time today, let's congratulate these doctoral awardees.
The doctoral hooding is special for all who've achieved their degrees. We appreciate the help of everyone here in preserving the dignity and prestige of this ceremony during the announcement of each recipient's name. Please refrain from making noise in celebrating the graduation of someone you know. That ruins the ceremony by drowning out the announcement of another person's name. We ask that after coming forward to be recognized, all candidates return to their seats. Now, recipients, please come forward as your names are called. The respective dean will join Dean Addy, President Pastides, and me to greet you as recipients of your doctoral degree.
Dean Lacey K. Ford of the College of Arts and Sciences joins the President, the Provost, and the Dean of the Graduate School to welcome candidates from that college. James Cameron Atkins, Doctor of Philosophy and Mathematics, presented by Dr. Matt Boylan. Alexander Yuryachev Brailev, Doctor of Philosophy and Mathematics, presented by Dr. Matthew Boylan. Wilson Andrew Harvey, Doctor of Philosophy and Mathematics, presented by Dr. Matthew Boylan. Tyler Neal Lewis, Doctor of Philosophy and Mathematics, presented by Dr. Matthew Boylan. Benjamin Albert Belgrad, Doctor of Philosophy and Marine Science, presented by Dr. Blaine Griffin. Bridget Elise Coty Rausch, Doctor of Philosophy and Marine Science, presented by Dr. Tammy L. Richardson. Mark Demont, Doctor of Philosophy and Comparative Literature, presented by Dr. Jiaguo and David Greven. Guang Xiaodong, Doctor of Philosophy and Chemistry, presented by Dr. F. Wayne Alton. Clay Robert Fuller, Doctor of Philosophy and Political Science, presented by Dr. John Fushong Xie. Micho Shiran Ganawata, Doctor of Philosophy and Chemistry, presented by Dr. Brian Benitzowitz. Eric Edward Goff, Doctor of Philosophy and Biological Sciences, presented by Dr. Alan R. White. Lauren Elizabeth Grabowski, Doctor of Philosophy and Chemistry, presented by Dr. Scott R. Good. Hetij M. Tushani Sirawatane, Doctor of Philosophy and Chemistry, presented by Dr. Scott Good. Andrew James Kettler, Doctor of Philosophy and History, presented by Dr. Mark Smith. Jian Xuan Liu, Doctor of Philosophy and Statistics, presented by Dr. Lian Ming Wang. Xiangyang Wang, Doctor of Philosophy and Statistics, presented by Dr. Len Myung Wong. Matthew Allen Lockhart, Doctor of Philosophy and History, presented by Dr. Robert R. Wyanath. Alexandria Gartside McCombs, Doctor of Philosophy and Geography, presented by Dr. April Hiscox. James Russell Risk, Doctor of Philosophy and History, presented by Dr. Allison C. Marsh. Jennifer Whitmer Taylor, Doctor of Philosophy and History, presented by Dr. Allison Marsh. Caleb Schlachter, Doctor of Philosophy and Chemistry, presented by Dr. Maximilian Kruschus. Paul Ryan Strickler, Doctor of Philosophy and Political Science, presented by Dr. David Darmafal. Li Chao Sun, Doctor of Philosophy and Chemistry, presented by Dr. Hui Wang. Qingfeng Zhang, Doctor of Philosophy and Chemistry, presented by Dr. Hui Wang. Mateya Vuk, Doctor of Philosophy in Criminology and Criminal Justice, presented by Dr. Brandon Applegate. Lei Wang, Doctor of Philosophy in Physics, presented by Dr. Ming Yin. Dean John Peterson of the College of Education joins the President, the Provost, and the Dean of the Graduate School to welcome candidates from that college. Melissa Johnson Allgood, Doctor of Education in Curriculum and Instruction, presented by Dr. Susan Schramm-Pate. Stephanie Lee Burgess, Doctor of Education in Curriculum and Instruction, presented by Dr. Susan Schramm-Pate. Melinda Ann Cannon, Doctor of Education in Curriculum and Instruction, presented by Dr. Susan Schramm-Pate. Craig Edward Cash, Doctor of Education in Curriculum and Instruction, presented by Dr. Susan Schramm-Pate. Amy White Condon, Doctor of Education in Curriculum and Instruction, presented by Dr. Susan Schramm-Pate. Lynn Marie G., Doctor of Education in Curriculum and Instruction, presented by Dr. Susan Schramm-Pate. Marie Putnam Havron, Doctor of Education in Curriculum and Instruction, presented by Dr. Susan Schramm-Pate. Alex Jansen Hollis, Doctor of Education in Curriculum and Instruction, presented by Dr. Susan Schramm-Pate. Teresa Marie Kinsey, Doctor of Education in Curriculum and Instruction, presented by Dr. Susan Schramm-Pate. Letitia Denise Lowry, Doctor of Education in Curriculum and Instruction, presented by Dr. Susan Schramm-Pate. Cara Lynn Mann, Doctor of Education in Curriculum and Instruction, presented by Dr. Susan Schramm-Pate. Erica Shalanda Murdahl, Doctor of Education in Curriculum and Instruction, presented by Dr. Susan Schramm-Pate. Susan Ridgway Nunemaker, Doctor of Education in Curriculum and Instruction, presented by Dr. Susan Schramm-Pate. Matthew Thomas Thompson, Doctor of Education in Curriculum and Instruction, presented by Dr. Susan Schramm-Pate. Rebecca Kathleen Thompson, Doctor of Education in Curriculum and Instruction, presented by Dr. Susan Schramm-Pate. Brian Andrew Timmons, Doctor of Education in Curriculum and Instruction, presented by Dr. Susan Schramm-Pate. Sarah Diane Tucker, Doctor of Education in Curriculum and Instruction, presented by Dr. Susan Schramm-Pate. Jeffrey Adam Wagner, Doctor of Education in Curriculum and Instruction, presented by Dr. Susan Schramm-Pate. Joseph Ryan Westbury, Doctor of Education in Curriculum and Instruction, presented by Dr. Susan Schramm-Pate. Oluwatoyin Temitope Adeyemi, Doctor of Philosophy and Counselor Education, presented by Dr. Joshua M. Gold. Catherine Ann Feather, Doctor of Philosophy and Counselor Education, presented by Dr. Joshua M. Gold. Marcia Monique Seawright, Doctor of Education in Curriculum and Instruction, presented by Dr. Rhonda Jeffers. Jesse Leon Barrett, Doctor of Philosophy in Teaching and Learning, presented by Dr. Rhonda Jeffers. Tiffany Marie Bordonada, Doctor of Philosophy and Counselor Education, presented by Dr. Jonathan H. Hort. Christopher Aaron Cook, Doctor of Philosophy and Counselor Education, presented by Dr. Ryan Carlson. Ashley Brennan Davis, Doctor of Philosophy in Language and Literacy, presented by Dr. Lucy K. Spence. Lauren E. Spees, Doctor of Philosophy in Language and Literacy, presented by Dr. Lucy Spence. Catherine A. Eakin, Doctor of Philosophy in Physical Education, presented by Dr. Colin Webster. Robert Daniel Michael, Doctor of Philosophy in Physical Education, presented by Dr. Colin A. Webster. Sally Saxonmeyer Hyatt, Doctor of Philosophy in Educational Administration, presented by Dr. Douglas A. Smith. Patrick Jarrett, Doctor of Philosophy in Educational Administration, presented by Dr. Henry Tran. Corey Germain Murphy, Doctor of Philosophy in Educational Administration, presented by Dr. Edward Cox. Matthew David Scandrell, Doctor of Philosophy in Educational Administration, presented by Dr. Edward Cox. Melissa Cooley Negreros, Doctor of Philosophy in Teaching and Learning, presented by Dr. Thomas Hodges. Jessica Lynn Price, Doctor of Philosophy in Language and Literacy, presented by Dr. Diane Stevens. Dawn Marie Smith, Doctor of Philosophy in Educational Administration, presented by Dr. Susan Bond. Melissa Summer Wells, Doctor of Philosophy in Language and Literacy, presented by Dr. Julia Lopez Robertson. Li Yun Zhang, Doctor of Philosophy in Educational Psychology and Research, presented by Dr. Matthew Irvin. Dean Stephen Cutler of the South Carolina College of Pharmacy joins the President, the Provost, and the Dean of the Graduate School to welcome candidates from that college. Minghui Li, Doctor of Philosophy in Pharmaceutical Sciences, presented by Dr. Kevin Liu. Sudipti Pahuja, Doctor of Philosophy in Pharmaceutical Sciences, presented by Dr. Richard M. Schultz. Dean Hossein Haj Hariri of the College of Engineering and Computing joins the President, the Provost, and the Dean of the Graduate School to welcome candidates from that college. Ali Asghari Tabrizi, Doctor of Philosophy in Civil Engineering, presented by Dr. M. Hanif Chowdhury. Fatime Fodukh Ardakani, Doctor of Philosophy in Civil Engineering, presented by Dr. Nathan Hyun. Dominic Michael Casale, Doctor of Philosophy in Chemical Engineering, presented by Dr. Michael A. Matthews. Chiu Dong, Doctor of Philosophy in Electrical Engineering, presented by Dr. Roger A. Dougal. Emir Dogdibegovic, Doctor of Philosophy in Chemical Engineering, presented by Dr. Xiaodong Zhao. Mehdi Famori, Doctor of Philosophy in Mechanical Engineering, presented by Dr. Chan Li. Taylor Reed Garrick, Doctor of Philosophy in Chemical Engineering, presented by Dr. John W. Widener. Amin Gaderi, Doctor of Philosophy in Electrical Engineering, presented by Dr. Herbert L. Ginn. Muhammad Mirwazul Islam, Doctor of Philosophy in Electrical Engineering, presented by Dr. Grigory Simin. Chiuli Liu, Doctor of Philosophy in Chemical Engineering, presented by Dr. John R. Regal-Butel. Chao Wang, Doctor of Philosophy in Chemical Engineering, presented by Dr. Jochen Lauterbach. Tanzina Zaman, Doctor of Philosophy in Mechanical Engineering, presented by Dr. Abdel Ibayumi. Dean Charles Bierbauer of the College of Information and Communications joins the President, the Provost, and the Dean of the Graduate School to welcome candidates from that college. April Marie Dawkins, Doctor of Philosophy in Library and Information Science, presented by Dr. Karen W. Gavigan. Cantrell Deshawn Johnson, Doctor of Philosophy in Library and Information Science, presented by Dr. Paul Solomon. Portia Atia Moore, Doctor of Philosophy in Library and Information Science, presented by Dr. Samantha Hastings. Simon Tarr, Doctor of Philosophy in Library and Information Science, presented by Dr. Samantha K. Hastings. Dean Peter J. Bruce of the Moore School of Business joins the President, the Provost, and the Dean of the Graduate School to welcome candidates from that college. Kara Bentley, Doctor of Philosophy in Business Administration, presented by Dr. Priyali Rajagopal. Michael Charles Campion, Doctor of Philosophy in Business Administration, presented by Dr. Robert Ployhart. Ruiyan Chun, Doctor of Philosophy in Business Administration, presented by Dr. Mark Van Essen. Alessandro Perri, Doctor of Philosophy in Business Administration, presented by Dr. Mark Van Essen. Ying Zhang, Doctor of Philosophy in Business Administration, presented by Dr. Mark Van Essen. Christopher James Sun Leong Ling, Doctor of Philosophy in Business Administration, presented by Dr. Anastasia Pocheptsova-Ghosh. Dean Jeanette O. Andrews of the College of Nursing joins the President, the Provost, and the Dean of the Graduate School to welcome candidates from that college. Stephanie Yvette Averett, Doctor of Nursing Practice in Nursing Practice, presented by Dr. Stephanie Burgess. Jacqueline Baer, Doctor of Nursing Practice in Nursing Practice, presented by Dr. Stephanie Burgess. Mary C. Giovanetti, Doctor of Nursing Practice in Nursing Practice, presented by Dr. Stephanie Burgess. Tamara Christine Cook, Doctor of Nursing Practice in Nursing Practice, presented by Dr. Beverly Bellico and Dr. Carolyn Harmon. Ebony Takia Herbert Harris, Doctor of Philosophy and Nursing Science, presented by Dr. Diane K. Hilfinger Messias. Associate Dean James W. Harden of the Arnold School of Public Health joins the President, the Provost, and the Dean of the Graduate School to welcome candidates from that college. Alicia Taylor Alianel, Doctor of Philosophy and Epidemiology, presented by Dr. Anwar Merchant. Olubunmi Olefunke Orekoya, Doctor of Philosophy and Epidemiology, presented by Dr. Jihong Liu. Dean Anshare, Doctor of Philosophy in Health Promotion, Education and Behavior, presented by Dr. Daniela Beebe Friedman. LaShonda Jovan Williams, Doctor of Philosophy in Health Services Policy and Management, presented by Dr. Daniela B. Friedman. Derek Matthew Liuzzo, Doctor of Philosophy and Exercise Science, presented by Dr. Stacy Fritz. Dr. Carol Oskiritsian of the School of Medicine joins the President, the Provost, and the Dean of the Graduate School to welcome candidates from that college. Piper Alexandra Wedman, Doctor of Philosophy in Biomedical Science, presented by Drs. Carol A. Oskiritsian and John Fusler. Dean C. Taylor Harding, Jr. of the School of Music joins the President, the Provost, and the Dean of the Graduate School to welcome candidates from that college. Solomon Z. Eichner, Doctor of Musical Arts and Musical Performance, presented by Dr. Joseph Rackers. Sung-In Kim, Doctor of Musical Arts and Musical Performance, presented by Dr. Joseph Rackers. Sheldon Jerome Johnson, Jr., Doctor of Musical Arts and Music Performance, presented by Dr. Clifford Lehman. Julian Hartridge Sconyers III, Doctor of Musical Arts and Music Conducting, presented by Dr. Scott Weiss. Jason Allen Wright, Doctor of Musical Arts and Music Conducting, presented by Dr. Larry Wyatt. Sherhan Wu, Doctor of Musical Arts and Music Performance, presented by Dr. Andrew Gowan.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, if you agree that they are not only the brightest, but the best looking class of new doctoral graduates, let's give them a rounding applause. It took them an average of 23 years to submit a dissertation and 1 hour to get their degree. Let's also thank our wonderful announcer, Professor Stan Dubinsky, and our sign language interpreters, Mary Beth Grayson and Dr. Eric Weber. And the music was absolutely beautiful. Let's thank the USC Faculty Brass Quintet and the USC Graduate String Quartet. Doctors, you represent the fulfillment of the university's mission and the Carolina spirit throughout the world. We are delighted to welcome you into the family of nearly 300,000 Carolina alumni. We'll continue to need your involvement, support, insight, and investment, if you see that to be the case, because that will support all of our graduates that will come after you. In return, we pledge to be unrelenting in building the university in which you can continue to have increasing confidence and pride. I ask our audience members to please remain in their seats until all of our new graduates have recessed. I've been thinking about my life philosophy, but I think it's being trumped by my life plan, at least for today. So I will join the platform party as we process over to the Colonial Life Arena for the last of 13 beautiful commencement exercises. Even the Lord rested after 6 days. But the best news of all is by the end of the next one, which will end at around 5:30 p.m., we will have conferred 8,604 degrees. What do you think about that? To everyone here this afternoon, Godspeed. Now please stand for the benediction to be delivered by Reverend Anderson, after which Mr. Felder will lead us in singing the first verse of our alma mater, which is also printed on the first page of your program.
We depart seeking the blessing of that which we each hold most holy. We send you forth from this place and moment filled with confidence in both your preparation for and your determination to make great strides in the achievement of those ideals that you have explored at your time here at the University of South Carolina. Take from this place our confidence that you have the preparation and determination necessary to bring honor to the history and traditions of this great university. Through your academic pursuit, you have learned that which allows you to choose knowledge over ignorance, mercy over cruelty, care over apathy, love over hate, honor over avarice, and light over darkness. You depart this place with every well-deserved wish for success and happiness from us and the whole Gamecock Nation. Amen.
With
That concludes our ceremony. Thank you for coming.